today's video is going to be all about productivity and my productivity stuff. So if you're not into that, well, click off, I guess. I'm sorry. But before you go, hit the like button anyway. I'm trying to get people to hit that like button. Question of the day. Still going to do a question of the day, even though we're doing productivity stuff. Do you have a system to keep you productive? Because while I am a very productive human being, I don't have any kind of systems. And so kind of what happens is manic productivity, for lack of a better thing, is like I just do all the work while crying, and the rest of the time I'm just like zonked. So I think, I don't want to self-diagnose, but I think I have like ADD or ADHD or one of those things, because I have a lot of trouble focusing. And I also probably have anxiety. I don't know if those things are probably related somehow. But nevertheless, I have managed to become somewhat successful. Doing okay. Not doing amazing, but not doing poorly. I'm making a living with cameras. So I'm living the dream, so to speak. I had a dream 10 years ago, and I'm doing it. This apartment was paid for with cameras, which is amazing. And now I'm pivoting to be more of a YouTube person, and a day trader. Not really a day trader, it's more like weekly trading, but I would still fall under active investing. And those seem to be, I want to be like, those seem to be going pretty well, but considering I've been doing YouTube for like 5+ years now, that is it. I just like doing it. And this is, the first time I've been able to take it seriously for a while. Anyway, you came here for productivity systems, not to hear me ramble. Or did you? You came here to hear me ramble about productivity. Anyway, so, I'm doing, a new system. Essentially, it's just time blocking, so like Pomodoro techniques, because I have a hard time. I think it's mostly just getting started. So kind of what I'm doing is, I was like, okay, if I had 7 activities that I do for productive reasons, and then that turned into 10. So here's the 10 activities that I do for productivity. Aside from shoot days, these are days where I'm all on my own. I'm self-employed. I should be self-motivated. Blah blah blah. On shoot days, I don't really dictate a lot of it. It's just like I know when to show up, and then I'm on a track, and we're on the track until the day is done. Anyway, so here are the 10 things I do that are productive. I can film stuff for YouTube. I can edit stuff, which is both would be YouTube or for clients, or personal stuff if I, go do personal shoots. I can dig for social content. This is a new one that I've never thought about, but I'll get to that. So social content, audience building, networking, note processing. So that's when I take notes that I've made, and I have just so many, and process them into kind of original thoughts that I could turn into articles or new videos, and that's also a new thing. Script writing, which could be for YouTube or could be for short films or could be for clients, but I almost never do that. So really it's, or / article writing, which I want to get back into doing. I used to do that. Oh man, I was a big writer in like 2006 to like 2010, 2011, 2012, somewhere in there. I wrote a lot, for money too. I wasn't amazing, but I was one of those people that would churn out, bullcrap copy for marketing blogs and stuff. Got paid a couple bucks, made a couple $100 a year doing it. It wasn't hard. It was pretty fun. Domestic tasks, so just general cleaning around the house, taking out the trash, running to the bank, taking Bear to his appointments, his many appointments. He has like 2 appointments a year. He gets his haircut and he goes to the vet, and that's really it. And then sometimes he goes, dang, faxes, sending invoices, doing emails, that kind of thing. Activity, which would be actively exercising, taking Bear out on walks, going on bike rides. I have this one piece of hair and it's driving me insane. And then learning would be the 10th thing. So those are the 10 things: filming, editing, social content, audience building, networking, note processing, script writing, domestic tasks, administrative tasks, activity, and learning. 10 things. So I in the class I'm taking a workshop on how to go from collecting to creating, because that's my problem, is I collect a lot of notes, but I'm very bad at turning them into things. And the class kind of gives a nice framework for how to go about doing that. It's very good. It's on a website called the Ness Labs, NESSLABS.com. It was kind of like a live 4-week class, but I think if you sign up for a membership, which is $50 a year, you can get into the class if you email the woman who runs the site. She's very lovely, very nice. And I would say her name, but I would butcher it, even though I asked her on Twitter how to pronounce her name. She sent me a SoundCloud, and I listened to it like 10 times. And I don't want to butcher it, because I'm going to have to, when I reference it for real, I'm going to have to, listen to it and make a cut so I don't mess up. But so, she mentioned, time blocking. And I was like, I've known about time blocking, Pomodoro, whatever you want to call it. If you're not familiar with Pomodoro, it says, you work for X amount of time, and then you have a break. And I think 45 minutes is kind of the benchmark. And then you have, I think it's 5 or 10 minute break, and then you get back, and however many Pomodoros you can get in. That's kind of the thing. And I've never actually tried that, so I'm going to try it. And she mentioned, you got to do what works for you time-wise. And so I'm starting with 20-minute blocks, because I feel like 20 minutes is enough time to... I was using the ASMR videos as a basis of okay, what's the longest thing I could do? What's the thing that I could keep my attention for the best? ASMR videos tend to be 20 to 30 minutes, so I was like, okay, 20-minute blocks, that's good. If it goes over, who cares? It's just bonus productivity. And so I'm like, okay, so the goal then will be, I have these activities, so I know what I can do. I think when you kind of eliminate thoughts, when you simplify things, when you make things into processes, it's a little easier. And so this is step 1, is to say, okay, these are the categories of things I can do, and learning would probably also encapsulate guitar playing, instrumenting, practice, I think would go under learning. Or maybe that goes under filming. I don't know. We'll fuss out the details later. This is all very new, very work in progress, so I wanted to ramble at it. And if you have thoughts, feedback, I'd love to hear it, because I love me some feedback. I love to nerd out about this shit. So, basically, I want to take 20 minutes at a time, because that's about how much attention I have for most things. And then just try to put as many blocks on the wall as possible. There's a great Will Smith quote that talks about if you want to build a wall, you don't build a wall, you just put one brick down as perfectly as you can, and then the next brick down as perfectly as you can, and you just keep doing that, and before you know it, you've got a perfect wall. Nothing's perfect, obviously, but if I can go about doing that, putting those bricks, these people in their loud, dumb cars. If you have a loud car on purpose, you're dumb. I hate you. I'm sorry, but I'm not. So I just want to make these 20-minute blocks. So now that I have kind of a framework, I think that's part of the reason why I've been so bad. Even though I'm very good at getting a lot of stuff done and accomplishing things. I mean, I'm not very good. I see a lot of people tell me, they're like, wow, you're so productive and da-da-da. And I'm like, am I? Because I see behind the scenes. If you saw behind the scenes of today I watched 6 movies. So obviously I'm that productive. I watched 6 movies today. That's what I did. And now I'm making this. But I also did some decluttering, both digitally and digitally I did decluttering, next. Hopefully tonight, watch a 7th movie. Try and stop me, because I think I have 93 more movies to watch by the end of the year, and there's 20 days left, 21 days left, something like that. But anyway, so now, I think, getting back to the point of that ramble, that thread, the problem I have, and I think why I don't start things, and here is the gold nugget for you, and the gold nugget for me to remember. I should flag this and be like, this is the thing that I want to remember. I should write this down because I just thought of this, and again, this is why doing these is so helpful, is that, just write a time code. Why doing these ASMR so helpful is I'm talking out my thoughts. I'm my own soundboard. I don't have to annoy anybody with this, and I'm so fortunate that people actually listen to me and can respond a little bit. We can have a dialogue. Anyway, the point is, I think the reason why I don't start things is because my brain needs to know when it's going to be over. And I'm like that with a lot of things. I'm very hesitant to go out, to go have fun, to go party, to do any of that stuff, because I don't know how long it's going to take. And that's why, to a very large degree, like, I won't go out for drinks, but I will go out to lunch with you any day of the week, because I know lunch has a finite time period. At some point, you probably have to go back to work, or, then that's kind of a social contract. It's like, even if you're off for the day, lunch, you have things you gotta do afterwards, It's very rare that you just have so what are you doing? Oh, I've got nothing to do. You wanna go see a movie? That almost never happens. So having this time blocking, which I don't know why I've never thought of this, why I've never made this connection. Having 20 minutes, seeing the light at the end of the tunnel and going, okay, I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna do this for 20 minutes. It's so weird because I've actually used that technique before with photo editing. I'll sit down and I'll do 5 edits, and then I can do whatever I want. And I just never had a way to turn that for video editing or anything else, because everything else is just so complex, and I don't know why I never clicked on my brain and be like, just do time, idiot, because I know what pomodoros are. So it's just that's the thing with some of this stuff, is it'll just get drilled in your head and it'll just bounce off, and then one day it'll just go in and you just be like, oh yeah, and you're just like, why didn't I think of this before? And then everybody's like, I told you, and they get so mad at you, and you're like, I came out with this thing, and they're like, the thing I told you about 5 years ago, and you're like, yeah, no, it's different though. I'm sorry to all my friends who may have told me about Pomodoro or time blocking before, but I'm gonna give it a try. And so the only thing, the only thing I want to do, I think I'm gonna make a chart for some kind of spreadsheet, I think. And this is still just brand new stuff in my head, because I want to be able to track it and compete with myself on getting these things done, because I can't control how productive a session was, but I can control how long my butt is in the chair. You think about productivity that way and you'll always come out ahead. But basically, I don't know if it's a week-to-week thing, if it's a daily thing. I think weekly makes the most sense. And then I keep the spreadsheet, and that way I'm only updating the spreadsheet once a week instead of, obsessing over it. Although I could make it part of my goal spreadsheet, which I tend to update most days. So I just gotta figure out a good way to keep those in, because there's 10 of them, which is a lot. So maybe it's just a sheet of paper, and then week of XYZ, and then I could just kind of compete, and then week totals, monthly totals. Yeah, that's a pretty good system, I think. I'm pretty excited about this. So filming takes, because I have the camera set. That was a big thing in James Clear's Atomic Habits. Excuse me. He talks about designing your environment, and so that was part of the reason I have this, where it's it's ready to go. All I have to do is stick multi-channel thing, because I think that's gonna be the way to become a full-time YouTuber. Because really, I think I did the math, and it's like, man, you would need like 2 million plays a month to like make a comfortable living. Which by that I mean something in the $30,000 to $40,000 range. There's a lot of things that factor into ad revenue. But so 2 million plays, that's not something to sneeze at. You know, most of these videos get 100 views. Even like my biggest ASMR videos have like, I don't know, 40,000 is like my best. And then on the white noise channel that I run, my best one is like, it's almost at 500,000, which is great, but it's taken like 3 or 4 years to get there. So it's like, okay, take the best thing you've ever done on YouTube that has like 400,000 views, and now you need to do that 5 times every single month. And you're like, oh, that's a tall order. So, but the day trading thing is seemingly, at least for so far, I've only been doing it for a month, it's been going very well, but the market is also doing very good. So for that, I'm very happy. Hopefully I can continue to be predictable with it and have more wins than losses. I know there'll be some losses sometimes, so it's gonna be hard. And hopefully the client work will continue. You know, I get in my head about that a little bit. So just, I think if I can just, you know, kind of get the wheels chugging here, get the wheels chugging there, get the wheels chugging here, you know, get a couple plates spinning. Yeah, it could turn into a thing, and I think this productivity system will help me get there. But that had a destination. What I was talking about, I don't remember where I was going with that point. I want to do more short form content, and I think that could be accomplished with 20 minutes. So I've thought about a couple things to do. So I want to do like 1-minute videos, like 1-minute movie reviews on my movie review channel. I'm thinking about doing like 1-minute thoughts on productivity, creativity, that kind of stuff, which I think would fit more on Instagram, but I think I would store them on YouTube too, and so I wouldn't expect them to get a ton of views. But just take something I've been thinking about, very informal, and just, you know, just kind of spitball and be like, hey, here's what I'm thinking about today. You know, like the James Clear Atomic Habits, designing your environment, you know, and then showing the practical example of how I'm living that in my life. And I think not only is that providing value to you folks, if you choose to follow me over on my productivity self-development, you know, bullshit channel, I think that's providing value to the audience, but it's providing value to me, because not only that, it's forcing me to take these things I'm reading and learning about and making something out of it and following through with it. And I think that's like, if you're living it, if you're experiencing it, excuse me, if you're experiencing it, you're living it, you're doing it, then it ingrains, it digs its way into your brain better, and you get that muscle memory. So I think that might be a fun thing to do, and that would, just if I was doing minute movie reviews, minute on productivity thoughts, almost daily whisper rambling, I mean, that's gonna get me to like 1,000 videos a year, like no problem. And that's even before I'm getting into other things. And it's like, YouTube, it's not necessarily that YouTube is a numbers game, because there's some people that have like 10 videos and have 1 billion views, and there's some people like me that I already have 1,000 videos up, and you know, I'm maybe over 1 million over all the videos, something like that. You know, it's not, I don't have a huge amount of views. Some people might think that, but relative to people that are doing YouTube full time, I'm not there yet. I'm not where I want to be, but I see where it is, and I can see some steps on how I might be able to get there. So, yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking about, just being productive, getting stuff done, but having timelines, having time hammers, like being like, okay, because then I could tell my brain to like, shut up, you don't need to check Instagram, you don't need to check Facebook, you don't need to check Twitter, X more minutes. You put a timer down. It's 15 more minutes. And then you could go do the thing. You can go be distracted. And then as I get better at that, as my willpower and telling the brain monkey to fuck off for 20 minutes gets better, maybe those time blocks will get 25, 30, 40 minutes, and start really cranking down on the productivity, crushing it. So yeah, that's where I'm at today. So that there's your productivity update. I don't know how much you lovely folks care about my productivity ranting. Am I insane? I'm so juiced on productivity. I love talking about it. And I think these are really providing me with a lot of good self-awareness of where my brain and my focus should really be at. Because I get so excited about it, and it's so excited for other people, helping other people get those wins. Oh man, it's just yes, I did that. I made the world better by making somebody else just a little bit better. It feels good. It feels real good. So if you ever use these videos and it helps you with something, please share, because then I can point at it and brag. I can brag about you. I can be like, this is my ASMR babies. Killing the world, doing good things. Killing the world might be a bad. Killing the game. Running up the score. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna run up the score. We're gonna stunt on these mothers. Almost said the F word. I said the F word earlier. Apparently you can cuss if you whisper for 25 minutes. The YouTube people won't go looking into it. It's actually on the thing. There's a checkbox where you say light profanity, and it's if it's out of the first 30 seconds and not in the title, you can pretty much say whatever you want. Say whatever you want, being swear words, I think, but as long as I think it still has severe swear words, slurs, which understandably so, you should not be monetized if you're saying any slur on anybody. So anyway, where was I going with that? Yeah, F words. F words and productivity. ASMR. Yeah. Just, yeah. So, the point, what I was trying to get at was, give me some feedback. If you love these productivity videos, I'll do more of them, because I don't think they get a ton of views, but it's something I'm most jazzed about talking about, so I'm gonna keep doing it. Try and stop me. I talk about things I like. It's my channel, not yours. Start your own. Do it. I'll go one video, and then that'll probably be it, because I'm lazy. I got a time block. Liking all my viewers. I don't want to call you viewers. All my friends' videos. Go and like them. Go like them with all 5 accounts. What's up? Yeah, that's 5 towards your 1,000 so that you can become a full-time YouTuber too. And then we'll just get enough people to just watch each other's videos. And we'll all be full-time YouTubers just by just watching each other's videos all day. Sweet. Anyway, yeah, that's all I got. So I hope you're doing well. And if not, I hope that changes for you. And, maybe if you want things to change, you can think about your own kind of time blocking system, and you can think about the things you can do that make you productive, that are value adding to your life in a productive sense. And then you could just go try to tackle those things, and we can compare notes on Pomodoros or whatever on